Why did you just turn into the Fonz there? Hey!
The what?
The what? Oh, God, Dave. I don't know what I'm going to... The education continues. My daughter doesn't know who the Fonz is. What am I going to do?
Oh, my word.
I know. I've still got work to do, clearly.
Do you have your phone connected to your headphones?
Oh, yeah, I have, yeah. So they're coming through on the headphones.
Yes, okay.
I am joined by a girl who yesterday tried to turn her hair purple.
Oh, it didn't work.
It's Charlotte Dames.
Oh, and I'm joined by a man that when it comes to cars, driving he can, drawing he can't. It's Chris Dames.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. And I definitely can't draw a car. I've learned in my experiments with art over the last few days, I've learned.
Morning. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you all?
All good, really, really good, thank you. So a few things we want to talk about today. I want to talk about the fact that I'm loving... has somebody chopped the arms off your top?
I like this stuff.
Oh, okay. I've just noticed that. The fact that I'm loving Grayson Perry's art club at the minute. Dave, have you seen that show yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's really good. So he's doing this art club from home, and he's just literally encouraging people to start painting and drawing from home. So this was on last week. I watched the first episode on Sunday on Catch Up, and it inspired me to start doing a bit of art. And I haven't done any art, any drawing, any painting, anything since I was at school. So.
Picture, that was very good. Your picture of psychedelic London.
Oh, thank you, mate. I appreciate that.
I still think the title needs workshopping.
Yeah.
Modern.
Yeah, well, Charlotte thinks that even though the picture's quite good, the title needs a bit of work, doesn't it? What title would you go for?
I don't know, but not that.
I thought it was quite appropriate.
Yeah. What's interesting after drawing that, and if you haven't seen this poor attempt at art, there it is. If you can see that.
If you're listening,
I did joke that I was prepared to frame it and send it to somebody for 10p and a bag of Worth's Originals, which on Twitter started this weird conversation where somebody offered me £10 and a bag of Worth's Originals. How much is a bag of Worth's Originals?
about £1.
About £1, right? That quickly escalated to a ridiculous amount for my first ever piece of art in 20 odd years, which is £100. But I am not saying like the just so we're clear, the bag of Worth's Originals is compulsory.
Non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable on the bag of Worth's Originals. But the good news is we've raised £100 for St Francis Hospice, who we're supporting at the minute. So yeah. I mean, when it comes to art, what it shows me, Dave, is there's definitely no accounting for taste.
Well, I don't know. I think your piece is very original and very modern, and I think it would look very good in a children's nursery.
It would stand out in a children's nursery as a particularly talented 5-year-old. I think that's where we're going with that. But we'll give it a go. I'm on my second piece, and I'm actually going to send this piece into Grayson Perry, right? But I tried to draw a car yesterday, and it failed.
No.
It failed. But Charlotte's quite good, and Charlotte's been drawing as well. Do you want to show everybody your work of art, which is a lion in a suit for some reason?
This dude.
Yeah, Dave can't see that because he can't see our camera, but yeah, a lion in a suit, and that is available for sale for any money we raise from buying really bad art. I mean, we are thinking of setting up a website called "Is That What You Call Art?" and any money we raise from that will go to St Francis. So we'll see how we get on with that. Morning, Michelle. Morning, Trev. Morning, Lorraine. Morning, Mary. Morning, Andy. Thank you for watching. So
That's pretty good.
yeah, it's a lion in a suit as well. So it's a it's a bit of a surreal take as purple suit as well. I
Yeah,
quite
well,
like that.
I consulted the colour wheel.
Have you? I know you're a musician, Dave, but do you draw or paint or do any art?
No, I haven't done for years. I actually did an A level in art because I was quite good at it at school, but I really haven't done anything since for the last
Give it a go.
years. So
Yeah, give it a go. Give it a go. You know what? It's quite a cathartic process.
Yeah.
Art. Do you find that?
Yeah, I like drawing lions.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good.
I'm too busy hitting things on my drum kit.
Just hit a paintbrush on a canvas.
That's not an art.
I mean, literally, have you seen this? That's all you need to do to make it good. Hopefully,
Subjective.
hopefully we're gonna we were talking a couple of weeks ago about the fact that because the marathon got cancelled, a lot of people who are running the marathon were looking to replicate that
The
by
2.6 or 26 challenge.
2.6 or 26. So I've decided what I'm going to do is 26 works of art, and my second one's already been commissioned. Thank you, Justin, if you're watching. Already been commissioned. I'm doing Psychedelic Little Venice as my sequel one, and Justin's already offered to give a bit of cash to charity if I frame it and send it. As long as he sends me that bag of Werther's Originals. I mean, I'm going to have a lot of Werther's Originals by the end.
26 bags.
26
I thought my one box of Werther's Originals was bad.
Yeah. Talk to me about what you were thinking with your hair, because you came home yesterday with...
You know what? We're in lockdown.
Yeah.
No one's going to see me for a little while. Okay, we're Facebook Living, but you know what?
Yeah.
No one's going to see me for a little while. I think...
Apart from the 20,000 viewers we've had on the podcast.
You can't see that my hair has gone slightly pink.
Yeah.
On the podcast. Try something new.
Yeah. Purple's a good colour, I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. No, it's good. But you probably need a couple more things.
Yes. Yes.
And the other thing that was interesting was we got the updated stats on how the podcast is doing since we've gone live and in lockdown. And Apple Music, we've gone into their top 50 philosophy podcast. Now, that's something we really appreciate, and thanks for everybody who didn't listen to the audio one before and has clearly gone on to Apple Music or Spotify or iTunes or
Just to hear us talk.
So thank you if you're downloading the audio version after you've caught us on here. We really appreciate your support. And the last thing I want to mention today, before we talk about the question of the podcast, is I did a thing with something with my business where we were interviewed I was interviewed and they filmed you recording the podcast called Good Life Gurus. Now, I'm not pretending I'm a guru. Cassie has told me, my wife has told me in no uncertain terms that if I use the word guru, I'm living in the shed. I'm going to respect that rule. But if you'd like to see the mechanics of how we do a podcast normally, give that video a watch because it was quite good fun to do, wasn't it?
Yes, I haven't seen it yet, actually.
Have you not?
No.
It's on YouTube now, so give that a watch. Question of the podcast.
Chris,
Sorry, mate.
I think you're a guru.
No, don't. It'll go straight to his head.
The ego will then get too big, Dave. I do what I can and I'll carry on trying, mate, but a guru I'm not. You know what I should do? Just to prove my guru status, just come down in a bedsheet. Should we do that? Should I do? Should I?
No.
No, we won't. I'm being told we won't.
No.
Let's get on to the question of the podcast, which is what is your favourite artist? And Dave, have you got a favourite artist?
It depends on...
Do you mean as in sort of
Like
paintings and
painting?
pictures art,
Pictures art.
or an artist as in a musician?
What's your favourite musician and your favourite artist in another form?
Oh, that's tricky. I think my favourite musician is a drummer, of course.
Okay.
A guy called Mike Portnoy who used to play with Dream Theatre and now plays with a number of different bands. I've been following him for years.
Yeah.
I can see him every time he comes to London to play.
Yeah.
As far as art is concerned, that's a really tricky one. But I think I like the classics. I think I'm a fan of Turner.
Turner's good. Turner's good. I mean, it's interesting when you come to favourite drummers, because I'm not a musician, so my favourite drummer is definitely Animal from the Muppets. I mean, clearly he's top.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put him probably second.
Good stuff. And as we've got you on, normally we get the chance to read out your the silver linings you mention every day for us on the podcast. But as you're here, instead of us doing it, why not get the man himself to do it? So, Dave, what are your silver linings of the day?
Oh, excellent. Well, silver linings for Tuesday the 5th of May are over 50 cast members from the Queen musical We Will Rock You have got together online and filmed a video version of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, amazing.
Nice.
Which is absolutely spectacular, and they've got Brian May involved to play the guitar on it as well. So just look it up on YouTube. On My Silver Linings, there's a link through whatsonstage.com. But it's absolutely brilliant. It's a proper mega production from people recording at home.
And the theatre has really stepped up their game. I mean, I know that on John Krasinski's Some Good News show, they had the cast of Hamilton, didn't
Yeah.
they? That was really,
And
really
then the
good.
cast of Hamilton did the spin.
I want to be in the Zoom where it happens.
yeah.
That was good. That was good. But yeah, have you watched a couple of live shows as well? What did you watch, Jamie, or something
We
else?
tried to watch Jamie, but they took it down. We watched Rent's live online now.
Yeah.
Well, not live, obviously, but it's online now, so you
Yeah.
can watch it, and it's really good. Me and Mum almost cried. We just sat and watched it.
Yeah, it's quite a sad story,
yeah,
Rent,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, so that's good. What else has been going on in the world of silver linings, Dave?
Well, the second silver lining today is, and I picked this one specifically because I knew you guys would be talking about art this morning.
Okay.
So the Tate Modern, obviously closed to the public at the moment, but they've got an Andy Warhol and an Aubrey Beardsley exhibitions running at the moment. So they've just last month put up on their YouTube channel a virtual tour of both those exhibitions.
Oh, I love
It
it.
only takes about 7 minutes, but if you're into your modern art, and I have to say Warhol's stuff is great. Could be inspirational for you, Chris.
Yeah.
But yeah, have a look on YouTube, have a look for the Tate Modern channel and take a little tour.
Yeah, and the Tate, funny enough, the Tate do some amazing stuff on their YouTube channel. So if you do like art, or you're a rank amateur like me, but you like looking at art, give it a go, because it's certainly worth doing. Morning to Justin, morning to Janan, morning to Trev, morning to Michelle. Thanks for all joining us. We really appreciate it. And as we've got you on, Dave, what we had is some questions for you, because you have helped us over the last few weeks make sure that we are continuously delivering positive news in a environment where we need to keep aware of what's going on, but perhaps it's not great for our mental health if we take too much in, unless we counterbalance it with some good news. And you've really helped us. So first of all, thank you. We really appreciate your help.
No, you're welcome. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
I like, I get up every morning and I put my silver linings together, and it's good fun.
Yeah, it's quite a good for your own mental health doing this, isn't it? Because it sort of forces you to focus on some of the positives.
Oh yeah, definitely. It kind of makes me look for the good in everything.
Yeah.
Great.
So talking about that, and just before we talk about what started you down this road, tell us a little bit about you.
A bit about me. Well, I'm celebrated my 50th birthday last year. So I'm definitely middle-aged, as they say. I'm currently head of the later life finance team at Knight Frank Finance. I'm recognised in the equity release industry as a bit of an expert and a commentator for the press.
Would you call yourself a guru?
In the equity release world, yeah.
Oh, he's a guru. We got a real life guru on the show.
Okay.
So there's two of us. I've been married for 25 years. I've got 4 children, and my passions are playing the drums, music in general, and I do like a bit of sport. I play hockey and golf.
Yeah, and we've known each other for 20 odd years, is it? I know it can't be that long. It must be about 15 years, right? We used to work together.
Yeah, it was mid 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2005. So yeah, I would say about
15 years. 15 years. And you started Silver Linings when when lockdown started. What made you start sharing stories of positivity?
Careful, you're going to jog the mic.
Well, that's an interesting story. I had a client meeting on the morning of Tuesday, 17th of March, and it was that morning that the news kind of exploded about the whole coronavirus issue and the fact that we're all going to distance ourselves from each other. So my client phoned very apologetically and said, "I'm really sorry, but we're not going to come in and meet you. We're heading home." They live in Norfolk.
Yeah.
I caught up with them the following day, and it just made me think, this is quite potentially a kind of an upsetting and disturbing time for everybody. And I thought, what I need to do is find ways of staying positive, find ways of keeping people, uplifted and happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was all sparked from that one meeting and that conversation with the client.
Yeah, and as you say, this situation makes people naturally fearful, doesn't it? So if you can do something to counterbalance that, that's important to do. What's been you've been doing this for a few weeks now. What's been your favourite Silver Lining story so far?
Oh, my favourite. Well, I could be really selfish and talk about the video that I produced with one of my bands, but I'll be honest, my favourite is a Silver Lining story about a dog called Soda Pup who delivers wine.
Yeah, we read that one.
We read that one out actually, and we really enjoyed that story.
Yeah, we did.
So
Absolutely love that.
the challenge we had, Dave, is we're now trying to work out how to train our dog to do that. And I think we've got a bit of an uphill struggle.
Wine.
Yeah, true. So that's great. And tell us about you and your band so that we can understand a bit more about what you've been doing.
Well, obviously we can't get out and do any gigs at the moment. So there's two bands that I work with, and we've been recording together at home and posting some videos on YouTube and Facebook, just of a couple of songs. There's another one on the way, which hopefully will be finished by the weekend.
How do you?
It's like we're all playing together live, but we're not. It's all kind of pre-recorded to a click track, and then somebody edits it all together.
God, I was going to ask that. How do you make it all sync in time? Because it must be the editor's job must be the toughest one. Who ends up editing it?
Well, the music is all mixed by a guitarist, a guy called Matt, and then the video is put together by the keyboard player Simon.
Okay, cool. And
I act in oversight, so I get the kind of final word on whether it's any good or not.
as a guru, that's his right. What's your favourite? What's been your favourite as a musician? What's been your favourite musical Silver Lining?
I would say there's a choir in Bristol called the Riff Raff Choir, and they put together a video of an a cappella version of Bon Jovi's "Living on a Prayer,"
Not Bon
which I
Jovi's
thought was
best. but-
fantastic because it's everybody filming their pieces from home
And then putting it all together.
together. It's so good.
Well, now we've had a
Riff Choir.
Riff Raff Choir. We'll put a link. First, we'll put a link on the show notes. But we have had a bit of a contentious opinion because under her breath, Charlotte just went, "Yeah, not one of Bon Jovi's best." So share with our audience and everybody what is Bon Jovi's best.
I quite like Have a Nice Day.
It's a good song. Good song. Where would you rank Living on a Prayer in the Bon
low.
Jovi collection?
Playlist.
Cool. Okay.
think,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think Living on a Prayer is an
It's-
amazing track.
It's
but-
usually It's My Life or Have a Nice Day, and
Yeah.
I don't have Living on a Prayer anywhere on any of my playlists.
Oh no.
so-
Okay, fair enough. Personal opinion.
Personal
Bit
opinion, but-
controversial. Unofficial question of the podcast. If you're watching, what's Bon Jovi's best song? We'll see how we get on. Don't forget that we've still got the official question of the podcast. Who's your favourite artist? So let us know what your opinion is on that. Dave, a dog that delivers wine is quite unusual, but what's been your most unexpected silver lining story so far?
I have to say, I think yesterday's silver lining was a bit unexpected. There was an article showing that more people are engaging with their church during lockdown. And obviously churches aren't physically open, but a lot of churches are putting a lot of material online,
Yeah.
allowing people to engage that way, and they've actually seen an increase, which really took me by surprise.
Do you think? I mean, it's an interesting one because I'm not religious, but I think interestingly, as you say, churches have done a lot of work to reach out to the community, which is their space in the community. That's their space, right? Do you think that this will make churches more relevant because they're sort of getting used to technology and reaching out to their congregation?
Yeah, I think it's probably done them a massive favour because they've all had to take on board the technology. They've all had to get into the habit of using video equipment and YouTube and finding other ways just to keep their congregation engaged. So yeah, it could do them a huge favour.
Yeah.
And I also think when something like this, it makes us all feel a bit more mortal, doesn't it? So maybe we're turning to religion because of that.
Yeah, maybe. And apart from the thing you're doing with silver linings, how are you maintaining positive health and staying positive during lockdown?
Well, as I said earlier, music and playing the drums is a big part of my world. I'll just turn the camera slightly so you can see the kit behind me there.
Cool.
So have a good old bash on that at least once a day. I've been juggling.
Oh, nice.
Juggling was a passion of mine many years ago, and I've picked that up again. I've bought myself some juggling clubs, some balls. What else have I been doing? I'm finding WhatsApp, the chat application, quite handy. It's keeping me in touch.
Connected,
With
yeah.
what's going on all the time. And my family, my wider family, we do a family quiz every Saturday night. We all get together on Zoom and someone hosts
You know,
for a couple of hours.
you know what's interesting? What we've found, and again, we've not been as good at it as we should be, is it is a good excuse to get people together via Zoom when potentially you might not see them for a long time. So yeah, using that as
If you can teach them
as
how
an
to use
opportunity.
it.
Yeah, if we can teach them how to use it, which is always an issue. And where do you get all your stories from? So where do you get your positive stories from?
Oh, well, I can't give away all my secrets. But no, honestly, it's really, really easy. And if you're feeling a bit glum, all you've got to do is type the words "good news" into your search bar, and the internet will do a pretty good job for you.
Now,
A couple of good sites to look at. The BBC do a piece on uplifting stories. There's a a site called the Good News Network,
Yeah, we use that.
yeah.
Yeah,
News Agency,
yeah.
Positive.news. So there's a few of them out there, and it's, to be honest, it's quite easy. I quite enjoy waking up in the morning, doing a quick search, finding some really nice stories, and away we go.
Cool. Sounds good. Just a quick one. We have had a couple of requests on the Facebook Live messaging for you to, if it's possible, and I'm conscious there might be other people in your house that might get annoyed about this. So if it is a no, you'll have to film it, send it in so we can do it on a future show. But could you just give us like 10 seconds on the drum kit? Because our audience would quite like to see that, apparently.
Well, unfortunately, it only works on. It's only plugged into headphones. It's an electronic kit, so
Right.
That's clever.
way of recording a clip for you.
All right. I'll tell you what we'll do.
Do that. I'll put a little drum solo together for you.
Oh, amazing. I'll tell you what we'll do then. We won't do it today. Sorry, Tracy and Trev, we're not going to be able to do it. But what we'll do is we'll make sure that Dave sends us a clip of him doing a drum solo, and in a future Kindness project, we'll make sure we get that posted. Now, did I ask you who your favourite artist is?
No, but I don't think I have a solid answer. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Sorry, I got distracted because a message popped up on your screen and I was like,
Okay.
what's going on?
Just one thing. One of our regular viewers and oh, can you hear us now? I hope you can. So what the other thing I wanted to do is mention the questions of the answer to the questions of the podcast.
Don't worry, we got it sorted. All those people were talking about sound.
Oh, okay, that's
we're
fine.
back.
So just
Yes.
we are back.
Nice.
So just a quick one on favourite artists. Louise McNamee said Jack Vetriano. Jack Vetriano's art is very like Art Deco. It's really funky, really cool. Monet, Hayley Ball said Monet, love his style of painting. We've got a few more comments. John Cook said a comment that I'm not going to mention, but when he went to a proper artist, he went Vincent van Gogh. His beautiful style and ability to overcome his personal demons and produce his most beautiful works of art is amazing. Now, the Vincent van Gogh exhibition, I don't know whether it's still going to be around in London when we come out of lockdown, was amazing, wasn't it? We visited that. Steve Dan had a personal one because he said, my favourite work of art is by my dad. He passed away recently, but here is his oil painting of Freddie Mercury, and it's an amazing picture. So thanks for sharing that, Steve. Trev likes Banksy. I like Banksy as well. There's a really good museum in Amsterdam full of Banksy stuff. Do you remember that one where we went to see that? And on Twitter, Rodan by Phil Billingham, but also Dom Thomas said Vincent van Gogh. So that is our answers
we had
to
a
the
live one as well.
podcast. Justin Gaffney, he said, my favourite artist I don't know the name of, but does animals in bright colours and mostly
Yeah.
lions. did the artwork for the Lion, Witch and Wardrobe at the Bridge Theatre recently. Maybe, I mean, Justin's commissioned me to do that little Venice. Maybe he wants to buy your suited lion. I don't know. It's just.
I don't know if it counts as art, but what about the poetry guy, the prime numbers guy?
I can't remember his name, but I mean, if you're talking about art and poetry. For me, John Cooper Clarke and Benjamin Zephaniah are my two personal favourites. Are you into poetry, Dave?
Poetry, no, other than obviously song lyrics, but not poetry.
Okay, well that will be Friday's question of the podcast. What is your favourite song lyric? I think that we haven't asked that before, and I think that's super powerful. So we'll give that a go. And on that note, have you got a joke?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you've got a joke.
I do.
Right, prepared to be as wowed as you were when you looked at my awful piece of art with this joke, Dave. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Sometimes I tuck my knees into my chest and lean forward. That's just how I roll.
And on that note, have a lovely... that joke was so bad I forgot what day it is. Have a lovely, Alan.
Tuesday.
Have a lovely
Tuesday.
Thanks for joining us on the Kindness Project again. Thanks for continuing to support us. Thanks to Dave for joining us. We really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you, guys.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.